First and foremost, I think it's because I can help. I think that I bring a unique perspective to the valley. I'm not, somebody who grew up here. I moved here 14 years ago and just sort of carved out a living the way most of us do. At one time, I had four jobs, and now I'm down to one, and I'm married. Met my wife here, have two kids. We're ingrained in the community. I I love Ketchum. I always have. I moved out here sight unseen, and it was love at first sight, and it's just been no turning back ever since. But I've also seen that a lot of the problems that we had when I moved here are the same problems that we have now, primarily with regards to housing and a new fire department, a new police station, and ultimately a new city hall. And I think those are issues that need to be resolved. And I think that my experience in the housing industry and real estate is something that will be tremendously helpful in moving the conversation from deed restricted housing to market rate housing for entry level and middle income families. And I think that that's extremely important. I think that's the focus of this election. And I just think that my experience and background is something that helps. If the people of Ketchum decide that they want me to be their representative and I win the election or one of the two spots available, um, the first thing that I'm going to do is to take the momentum of the election and continue that conversation. I think if I get elected, it's probably because there's enough people out there that believe that the housing issue is something that needs to be addressed, and they believe in the ideas that I've put forth during the election process. So I think these things take years once they're in place, and we have a lot of work to do in terms of uh, rewriting zoning in certain areas, primarily in the light industrial areas, and and I think that it's really important that whoever wins the election just carries that through. This is again going to take some time, and we need to stay on it and get on it and ride this horse home because otherwise, 4 years from now, we're going to be looking at the same thing. We're going to be all up there in front of everybody in pizza and politics talking about this housing crisis that's affecting everything that we're doing in terms of employment and housing.